Hi everyone, I would like to welcome everyone to our first eLounge of the spring semester. My name is Brittany Romine and I'm the Assistant Director of Veteran and Non-Traditional Student Services here in the CARE office. And I would like to introduce my colleague, Jessica Birchfield, and she is the Assistant Director of Commuter and Distance Education Student Services. And I will let her take it away to give you all the tips you need to know here at TWU.
Happy spring, commuters. Welcome to your eLounge. Like Brittany said, thank you, Brittany, by the way. My name is Jessica Birchfield, and I'm going to be talking to you about our top 10 TWU tips for commuter students. So I'm going to turn my video off during the presentation, and then at the end, whenever you have questions, please feel free to write them in the chat box, which will be right below you here, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you, either myself or one of the other peeps in my office. So here we go. Okay, so top 10 tips. The first thing I want you to know is that TWU, whether you are on the Denton campus, the Dallas or Houston campus, or if you're an online student, it does not matter. This always rings true that TWU is a personal campus. Our student body is incredibly diverse, whether you be a non-traditional student, a commuter. We have a lot of different students on campus, but we also have small classes and very dedicated faculty and staff. Our mission here at TWU is for you to be a successful student, and we are willing to take the extra mile to make sure that that happens for you. So with that, what that ends up happening is you have an opportunity as a student to have good relationships with your professors, but also people like us, your staff members, and making sure our goal is for you to graduate, and that's what we want to do for you. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, for those of you who do come to campus, is parking. So for our Dallas and Houston campus, you have parking garages, and all of that works out well. Most of the time you don't have a major issue with parking, but for here on the Denton campus, we all know that parking can sometimes be a little bit of a struggle. And I want to give you a few little insider tips that we've completed during the years that really, I think, will help you have a more successful time whenever you're trying to park on campus. First of all, knowing where your parking lots are is super important, and making sure that the curb color that you are parking in is correct. So for my commuter students, do not park in blue, do not park in gray during normal school hours. And with that, the other key piece is don't park on campus if you do not have a parking decal. You will get a ticket. But if you have a parking decal, you as a commuter student can park in maroon or black parking lots. The other key little tidbit is that from 4 o'clock on for the rest of the evening, our goal at TWU is to provide a safe campus, and so with that, you are allowed to park in any of the parking areas after 4 p.m. Specifically for those of you who have night classes, you have the option now to move your car closer to the building that you're in for a night class, and that just kind of helps make sure that we are we're battling, making sure that everything is safe. Also, for those of you who are having a hard time parking and maybe live in the area, we have public transportation here for the Denton campus, and there's also public transportation in Dallas and Houston. If you want more information, we'll be happy to hand that to you. Just let us know. But the GCTA bus, it goes all around the city of Denton, but it also goes to Denton County, and we have the A train that is also available to you as a student. We'd love to talk to you more about that and how you can handle that in case you don't want to park on campus. Okay, number 3 is our office. We are the CARE office, but commuter services is what you're here for, so let me tell you a little bit about what we do for commuters. We have a monthly newsletter that you will see either myself or someone else send out in our office, which is called the Road Trip or the Commuter Monthly Update. And that's really a way for us to kind of let you know about things that we are doing in the office, but also other things that are happening on campus that you might need to know as a commuter student, and kind of making sure that you're really getting the most out of your degree here at TWU. Also, for those of you that are first time in college, you may already be part of the CommuterNet program, and we just want to, say thank you for being a part of that program. And we have that here for you as a first-year student. We have Commuter Appreciation Week in both the fall and spring. In the fall, we have a huge Commuter Appreciation Lunch. Last year we served over 1,000 commuter students. And then this year during Commuter Appreciation Week, we're going to have an apartment fair in the spring for all of you who may be looking for off-campus housing in the summer or in the fall semester. Not only do we have Commuter Appreciation Week, but we also have Non-Traditional Student Appreciation Week. Again, our goal is to let you know that we understand that you as a commuter student or as a non-traditional student, that you are making extra sacrifices to get here to campus every day, and we really just want to appreciate you for that. Other things that we have in the office are the information like I was talking about, public transportation. We have commuter lounges in all of the different academic buildings, and if you want more info on where those are, we will be happy to let you know. But my biggest takeaway that I want you to know about us is that if you don't know where to start, or you have a question about something on campus and you have no idea who to go to, please come to us. We are here for you. That is the whole reason why our office is funded, is so we can help you have resources that you need to graduate from Texas Women's University. Our next point is the Department of Public Safety. Our DPS here is the actual police department, and those are the people that you purchase your parking permits from. You can purchase them online, but also online there are other services that you can see that the DPS offers, such as for those of you who have those night classes and you may not feel safe, like you didn't get to move your car closer, they will provide an escort to you to get you to your car and make sure that everything's safe. They will help you jumpstart your vehicle. They have the lost and found here on campus. There's a lot of different areas that they help you as a student. So I know that sometimes it's kind of hard to think, you know, that the DPS is here for you if you get a parking ticket, or you think, you know, they're only out to use parking tickets and all that jazz. But I will let you know that they are very dedicated to the success and the safety of our TWU students, whether you are on the Denton, Dallas, or Houston campus. And for you, I want you all to know about the Pioneer Alert. You should know already because you have to opt in or opt out of it for registering for the semester. But for all of those of you who opted out, I would maybe recommend you looking back into it, because especially in the spring semester, we tend to keep our fingers crossed for those snow days. And that is going to be the way that you're going to find out if the campus is closed or not on all 3 campuses, is through the Pioneer Alert system. If you want to opt in for the Pioneer Alert system, all you got to do is go to the TWU website and search Pioneer Alert. Our number 5 tip is, now that some of you maybe have been here for a few semesters now, some of you, this might be your first semester, but as a commuter student, sometimes it's really easy to get in this pattern of coming to campus, going to class, and going home. And I want you to know that TWU has so much more to offer you than just classes on campus. As a commuter student, as a non-traditional student, I want you to know that there's something for everyone. And many of you might say, oh, you know, I have a lot of obligations in my life, and getting involved in the student organization is not on the top of my priority list because of everything else that is happening. We hear you. We totally understand that. However, there are things within your programs that might be helpful for you to know about or be able to attend, such as guest lecturers coming in to talk about research that they have provided, or different concerts that you maybe could bring your family to in the music building or the dance department. There are a lot of different ways for you to get involved, and it doesn't have to just be with student organizations or with leadership on campus. I am happy to share any and all information that I have with you on ways that you can get involved. All you have to do is reach out to me, or all you have to do is reach out to any of the organizations on campus or our Center for Student Development. I cannot stress the point enough that TWU is here for you. We just need to know what you're looking for. All right, food and drink. So for those of you who are on the Denton campus, there are many places for you to eat here in Denton. I think that some of you may or may not have known that we have a brand new, fully functional Starbucks in the library now, so that's pretty cool. And they have extended hours, so they are matching the library's hours for the most part. So if you haven't gone over there to, grab a coffee and study, that's a great place to do that. Also, did you know that the commuter meal plans that are offered through our ID and dining services, the money that gets put on your card, it never expires? That's a little bit different for those of you who are residential students. Your money, you have to re-up every fall semester, but for my commuter students, if you get a commuter meal plan, that money will roll from your first year all the way up to when you graduate. So never have to worry about losing that money. So there are many places for you to eat on campus. There are some in the Union, there is some in the CFO building and the MCL lobby, and now there is space in the library. So you will not go hungry whenever you're here on campus. Okay, the fitness and recreation facility. Some of you may be using this already, and good for you, and I'm so glad that you know about that. But I also want you to know that, let's say you are a commuter student who is coming from Dallas. That's great. We're glad to have you on the Denton campus. I want you to know, though, that as a TWU student, you have access to the Dallas Fit and Rec Center. There are fitness centers on all 3 campuses, and any TWU student can use them. You just have to have your ID. So, why is this important? If you're interested in getting healthy, or this is a priority in things that you want to do, there are many ways that you can get involved in the Fit and Rec Center other than just going to run on the treadmill. There are personal trainers that come for a discounted rate for you as a student. There are tons of intramurals and open rec at the fitness center. If you're a basketball guy or gal, there's places for you to either play on a team for intramurals or just go to an open gym night. There's tons of group exercise classes, and all of this information is on the Fit and Rec website. Again, it's just going to TWU website and putting in the search tool Fit and Rec, and you can see all of this information and how it benefits you. And here's the great piece. You, as a student, you get it for free. And let's say you want to bring a guest with you. You can do that. There is a fee if you bring a guest, but it's minimal. And if you want to look at all of that information, you can. All you got to do is go to the Fit and Rec website, and it tells you exactly how much it is for a guest to come, or when the group exercise classes are, and how to, make the most out of the facilities that you are paying for as a student. So there you go. The next tip that we have is the TWU campus store. Okay, all of us love the TWU t-shirts. Many of you may or may not already have the TWU football still undefeated shirt. Don't worry, they're still for sale in the campus store. But the other big piece that I want you to know, especially for my online students or my students who are coming afar, is whenever it's time for cap and gown orders, you can do it online. You don't have to come on campus to pick those or to order them. Whenever it's time to pick up, I think you'll need to come to campus. But you can order them online. And the TWU campus store has an easy URL now. It's twu-shop.com. So you can order your books on there. You can order your cap and gown on there whenever it's time to graduate. And the really cool piece about the books is that you can, if let's say you don't know what your books are, you can put in your course and your course number, and it will tell you the books that are recommended and the books that are needed. And so I know that I'm sure a few of you have already done that and you already are aware, but just in case you're not, the other piece, you can have them shipped to you. You don't have to come and pick them up at the bookstore. So we're trying to make it as convenient as possible for you as a TWU student, and especially as a commuter. Okay, technology. Number 9, we're coming to the end. All right, there are many computer labs on all 3 campuses. And let's say you don't get into a computer lab, there is campus-wide Wi-Fi on all 3 of our campuses as well. Sometimes it's a little bit more spotty in places than others, but for the main traffic areas, you will find that you have access to Wi-Fi. My biggest piece that I want you to know, though, is as a TWU student, you are paying for printing on campus. So, especially if you have that long commute, don't print while you're at home. Just take that extra time to print out your slides for class lecture on campus. Don't use your own ink, okay? A lot of people, they don't know that we have this. So the computer labs that are on campus, most of them have printers. The main computer lab on the Denton campus is on the second floor of the MCL building, but like I said, there are printers all over the place. So if you want to see if there is a printer in your area, let us know and we'll kind of point you in the right direction, okay? And then my final tip number 10, there are many support services that you are paying for through your student fees that you may or may not know that you have access to. For example, tutoring. You have access to all the tutoring centers that we have on campus. We have the Science and Learning Resource Center called SLRC, the Right Site, and the Math Tutoring Lab. Those are all available to you. We also have the Pioneer Center for Student Excellence. These are all places for students like yourselves to have access to learn and to be tutored and have mentorship. The best part is that you don't have to be on the Denton campus to use most of these support services. The Right Site has an online editing program that you can use as a TWU student wherever you are. And there are multiple internships that you can sign up for online through the Pioneer Center. It's called TWU Connect. That's the piece that you can use for that. But, I mean, these are available to you, all of these that you can see here: counseling, dental clinic, career counseling, health services, legal services, child care for kiddos that you have that are after-school care age or older. So all of this is for you, and we just want you to know that you have the opportunity to utilize these if you need to. So my main takeaway, which we can go to the next slide, is that my office, the Campus Alliance for Resource Education, our mission is for you to know about these resources and for you to know about these services. And we're going to do whatever we can to make that happen. So I am done with my presentation for now, but I would love to answer any questions that all of you may have. And I'm loving how many people that we have on the eLounge today. Thank you all for attending. I'm really excited about this. So Brittany, I'm going to turn it back over to you so we can start answering questions.
Thanks, Jessica. And that was an awesome presentation about TWU tips. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay, Rachel, I'm seeing your question on parking if you need to visit and you're an online graduate student. So now that we have this new parking decal where the decal is registered to you as a person and not to your car, things changed with that, let's just say that. And so what that means is, let's say you have a Saturday class and you're coming up here 4 Saturdays out of the semester, but you're here for a whole class, like 8 hours for that day. We have, it's called a day pass with the parking office, and I think they're $5, and so you can have that day pass and park on campus just like everyone else, but you don't have to pay the $70 for the whole parking decal for the whole academic year. So that would probably be your best bet whenever you come to campus, and if you're coming for more than a couple of hours.
So Jessica, this is Brittany. So if students would like to make an appointment for student health services or something like that, do they just need to call? Can they walk in?
Yes, so actually the student health services, they're coming into age as well, and you can, you have the opportunity to call and make an appointment, or they have a portal that you can sign in on as well. I might be talking a little bit before it's live yet, so in the meantime, know that you can call to set up your appointment, but there are the online paperwork I know that you can access to kind of talk about your personal medical history and everything like that, so you don't have to wait in the doctor's office and complete all of that on the day that you visit.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the eLounge today. Be sure to provide your email in the chat box for a chance to win a prize. If you have any questions, we're in Student Union 209. Thanks.